This video is based on a gamer motivation profile. It's a system that categorizes players not by skill level, but by what actually motivates them to play games. Instead of asking how good someone is at the game, it focuses on why they enjoy playing in the first place. The profile is generated through a survey created by Quantic Foundry. On their website, they describe themselves as a market research company that studies gamer motivation by combining social science and data science to understand what drives players. The idea behind this research is to collect player data and turn into insights for game developers and publishers so they can better understand their audiences. So rather than having your data collected without you knowing, you actively choose to share it. And in return, you receive a detailed breakdown of how and why you engage with games. The survey evaluates players across 6 core motivation categories, each divided into 2 subcomponents. Together, these 12 values form a motivation profile that places players into specific gamer types. According to my results, my primary gamer type is Bard. Also, Quantic Foundry's site recommends video games according to your player motivation type. And as a Bard player, I checked out and I see this. And that's actually true. Garry's Mod is one of the most fitting games for my profile because Bard type players tend to see games less as a challenge to overcome and more as spaces to participate in. They care about creativity, interaction and expression. For them, the experience itself matters more than progression or winning. Garry's Mod doesn't give the player a clear objective. There is no win condition or ending or any profound way to play. Instead, it gives you tools, and what you do with those tools is entirely up to you. That openness is where Bard type players naturally thrive. My strongest motivation category is creativity, which sits at 86%. This means I enjoy experimenting with game systems, asking what if, and pushing games beyond their intended use. For me, Garry's Mod stops being a game very quickly. I don't just play it, I use it as a creative platform. Over time I created animations, short films and longer narrative projects entirely inside Garry's Mod. When I work on these projects, I don't think like a traditional player, I think more like a director. So it actually becomes a tool that I use for create movies and create projects. Characters become performers, maps become sets, lighting, physics, and become a part of storytelling language. There are no objectives telling me what to do and no achievements guiding my behavior. Everything is driven by creative decisions. This is directly reflects the Bard profile, where expression and authorship are more important than progression or rewards. Instead of using it only as a sandbox, I use Gmod as a tool for storytelling. Over time I created different kinds of short and long form films inside the game. Each one focuses on different mood, genre and narrative approach. For example, one of them was a zombie movie. An espionage agent story focusing on more framing, silent moments and character interactions. I created a Batman v Superman parody called Abuzer vs. Kazım, which allowed me to experiment with humor, etc.
Yıldır Urfa'dayım Cemil. Kaç tane yalan gitti. Kaçı iyi kaldı. Tüm insanoğlunu yok etmeye yetecek gücü var. Onu yok etmek zorundayım.
And finally I made a thriller set in a research facility in an alien themed type of thriller movie. What all of these projects have in common is that the game itself becomes a creative medium, not a challenge to overcome. This match has made my profile perfectly because I'm most engaged when I'm allowed to create meaning on my own, rather than follow predefined goals or systems. Another major part of my profile is social motivation, which sits at 70%. A lot of this comes from an interaction with other players. In some of these recordings I'm playing with a friend. We're not trying to complete missions or optimize our gameplay. Instead, we're roaming the map, dealing with lightsabers, causing chaos, and experimenting with what the sandbox allows us to do, and of course dancing. None of these moments are planned, but they often end up being the most memorable parts of the session. Those interactions create spontaneous stories that couldn't exist without other players. That kind of shared moments is central to how bar-type players enjoy games. Even when I'm working alone or on a film or animation, social interaction still plays a role. Feedback, discussion, and how others interpret what I created all shape the experience. Action is another component of my profile, sitting at 59%. While it's not my primary motivation, I still enjoy chaos, as long as it serves expression rather than competition.
Lan! Oh, fucker! Oh! Dur, nasıl yedim? Oh shit! Oh!
Fucking shit out of me.
Explosions, combat, and destruction in Garry's Mod aren't about efficiency or skill, they are tools. Sometimes the goal is simply to see what happens when the systems collide, or just for my movie scene. And action becomes a part of creative progress instead of end goal. On the other hand, my achievement motivation is extremely low at just 8%. I don't play games to complete checklists, unlock rewards, or reach 100% completion. If a session ends with a funny moment or an interesting scene, or an unexpected outcome, that already feels meaningful.
Oh shit!
Failure doesn't feel like a failure if something creative comes out of it. Garry's Mod never punishes this mindset, in fact, it encourages it. I do engage with mastery and immersion, but only when they support creativity. I don't aim to master the game itself, I aim to understand its system well enough to create what I want with them. If learning a mechanic helps me tell a better story or stage a better scene, then mastery becomes meaningful. If it doesn't, I simply move on. And looking at my gamer motivation profile as a whole, it becomes clear why Garry's Mod works so well for me. It allows creativity, social interaction, and action to exist without forcing structure. It doesn't demand efficiency, it doesn't reward optimization. Instead, it gives players the freedom to shape their own experiences. As a bar-type player, this is how I naturally engage with games. Garry's Mod isn't just something I play, it's a tool that I use to create things. It's a space where creativity, interaction, and experimentation come together. And that's exactly why it fits my profile so well. Thanks for watching.